I also, let's see, what else would I have to do? And I think about the things that, that would come to my mind. I might pilot it, and so instead of making it mandatory for all of my classes, I might try a section of one class, or I might try one course and let it use this new method. We've learned not to try to impose methodology across the board because it doesn't necessarily meet the context of an individual course. So then I think about this a little bit more. You can see, you just start putting ideas. Like if you're going to do team-based learning, you have to think about how do I arrange the room? It has a physical limitation to it. So how can I use the space I already have? One of the things people forget that when you make a change in a teaching strategy, it has a lot of implications for the physical environment as well as the materials that you use. If I make this change, what kind of products will I get that I could look at and see if this change is working? Well, if you do team-based learning, for example, you will get new curricular materials. You cannot use the same old materials that you've had. You have to make new materials. I could also check on the learner and faculty satisfaction. Are they happy with this? I could also make a monitor to see if there's more engagement in the classroom, because remember, that was what was driving this initiative in the first place. The outcomes I would look for is there increased knowledge? Do the students come to class? I don't know if that's always a problem in your country, but it may be in some countries. Are they achieving the particular skills that we wanted to see? And we know how to measure those things. And last, over a period of time, I'll be looking for the impact to find out, are the kinds of skills, if you do team-based learning, the skill that's really emphasized there is argumentation and discussion. The ability to bring your points across orally, and therefore I might start to look and see, are my students being recruited because they happen to have those particular skills? So the model is pretty nice to use as a way to start to organize your thoughts about if you were just going to implement a new teaching method, just what you would look for. It starts to give you the tools too for evaluation. You will now know what kinds of things you want to be checking to make sure that your program is working. And when you work on this in your small groups, given the topic that you have, it goes back and forth. It's an iteration, because as you realize, I really want to see this product, well then I must make sure that I've resourced it appropriately. So this chart is a very useful tool, I hope that you'll find that, to get your ideas into an action plan that we as an organization can use. So that's the plan for the small group. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, panel members, for the very enriching session. With that, we come to the end of our first plenary session, and I would like to inform the panel members, the chair and the co-chair, that the photo session which was scheduled for today has been shifted to the 9th of November, and we will keep you informed about the same. We now request everyone to kindly remain seated as the dignitaries leave the dais. May I request the dignitaries to kindly take their seats in the audience, please. We will now be taking a 10-minute break for refreshments. The refreshment area is on the right of the hall as one exits. After the break, we request everyone to proceed towards the dome area for the Law Carnival inauguration. And lastly, for the participants of the small group breakout sessions, there are student reporters who will be there to guide you to your respective venues, and they will be waiting outside. And also those who are assigned venue 8, which is this hall itself, are requested to kindly come back after this break. Thank you very much.